Good evening. It is Tuesday, April the 5th, about 9:45 p.m. My name is Shay Gibson with Wind Alert. This actual forecast goes out to Dimitri Mariminidez of Epic Kites. He's going to be doing a demo in Pompano Beach, Florida tomorrow, and then possibly heading over to Tampa Bay, depending on what the winds are going to do there. So we're definitely going to take a look at that. But first, I want to take a look at this pattern to see what's going on. Whoops. Ouch. Sorry, Dimitri. You know I had to mess with you. So we'll keep going. Let's go to the surface map. That's too painful to watch. And here we go. So here's high pressure to the north. This is the main player for tonight and into tomorrow. Cold front boundary dropping down Florida. It's weak and dry, but it is enough to create a gradient behind it. And all along the coastline, we've been seeing that this afternoon. Late this afternoon, the northerly winds turn more northeast and east-northeast. They're leaning into the coast, and we're seeing this gradient build as this cold front drops down to the south. So I'm expecting it to clear through this area sometime overnight tonight, maybe around midnight to 3 a.m. If not, maybe a little bit later. It just depends on how fast it's going to go. This high pressure is building, and so it should be able to push this boundary clear through Miami down into the Keys or even down into the Caribbean area. So that's what's going on with our surface map. Let's take a look at Datascope from WeatherFlow, see what's going on with the latest observations. So Ocracoke Island, Outer Banks, we're seeing 19 to 24 knots there, gusting into the mid-teens. Offshore buoys as we head down, 21. Charleston today we got into the low to mid-20s, 20 knot ranges. And as we go down into Florida, we see the gradient remain tightened, and we see a lot of areas are getting some stronger winds. So we have 23 here at Pontevedra, and then down in St. Augustine, 20 knots. New Smyrna seeing 21 knots. We keep going down the coastline, and we get down to Pompano. Let's zoom into Pompano area and see what's going to happen. So right now we're seeing a slight gradient in there, about 15 knots, 15 to 20, and it's a building wind, and some of the models are definitely showing that build. Let's go ahead and take a look at the details. And I'm going to zoom in on this and activate all of the models and see what's going to happen with these. So here's the model suite showing all of the winds, all the different predictions and opinions of what the winds are going to do for tomorrow, and all of them have a build sometime between 1 and 2 a.m. is when this is really going to kick in overnight, and the winds are going to come up from the east-northeast and possibly hold through most of the day tomorrow. It might lean out to the east. Some of the models bring the winds down. However, our newest model, the WRF 2 kilometer, which is a very high resolution, keeps these winds up throughout the morning and even another pulse in mid-afternoon. Either way, I do think there'll be a strong enough gradient to keep those winds rideable all day for the demo, at least until late afternoon when they drop off to the low teens, and then you may have a bigger kite to ride those. So looking at the GFS chart, that's probably more in tune with what's going to happen, 20 to 24 knots. Probably see a little bit higher than that at times with some of those gusts, especially early morning when the sun comes up and you get a little bit of a sea breeze couple into the coastline. Then you can really get those winds up higher than these values. So models don't always find what's going on. You could see mid-20s higher than all of these models. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for Thursday, let's go ahead and take a look at, I want to scoot on over to Tampa Bay area. Let me zoom out again. Apologize for the lag here. I've got a lot running on the computer at the moment with radar and stuff in the background, so I've got to keep that going. But here we go into the Tampa Bay area, and let me go back to the surface map. Now what's going to happen is this low pressure out here is going to start heading towards the Great Lakes, and it's going to drop a cold front across the country. This boundary is going to go south, but then it's going to head back north again and get hung up along this area. So the big question is this cold front going to sweep through the area by Thursday morning and then give this high pressure working in behind it a northwest flow and be able to do a demo with that? So the winds right now are looking kind of favorable for a post-frontal build. Let's look at the details for the Tampa Bay area. This is the Egmont channel, and I'm going to enable all models for that as well, and I'm going to zoom in and take a look at what those are showing. So if we look at Thursday, when we get beyond 36 hours, we start falling off on the higher resolution models. We go to medium resolution models. But here we are for Thursday morning. We see a westerly wind kicked in behind the cold front, and then northwesterly winds start to climb. So this trend could be higher than these models at this point. It's just iffy to say. We may have to take it through tomorrow. So Dimitri, I'll get back to you on that tomorrow as far as what Tampa's going to look like. We'll have a clearer picture. We may see these models jump up a little higher than that, and you may actually have some success in getting into Tampa Bay and doing what you need to do. So with that said, I think that's going to do it. And until tomorrow, Dimitri, I'll get back to you. Tune in next time. I'll be back on, and thanks for watching.